Jasmine Paolini's shocking 15-word message leaves Coco Gauff speechless. Her 3-word reply goes viral. The tennis world had witnessed rivalries, heartbreaks, and unforeseeable twists. But nothing prepared fans of the moment. Jasmine Paolini and Coco Gauff shared, after one of the most intense matches of their careers. It wasn't the result that shocked millions. It wasn't the score line. It wasn't even the breathtaking rallies that lasted over a minute each. It was 15 words from Jasmine Paolini and 3 words from Coco Gauff that set the entire world on fire. What happened behind closed doors would soon become the most talked about moment in tennis, a moment that revealed emotion, respect, vulnerability, and a connection no camera had fully captured before. This is the story, the match that felt like destiny. It was a semi-final everyone had anticipated. Power versus precision, fire versus calm, Coco Gauff versus Jasmine Paolini. From a very first rally, fans sensed something unreal. There was a weight in the air, a tension thick, enough to touch. Every shot felt like a message. Every glance between them held meaning. Coco, aggressive and explosive, smashed forehands with brutal force. Jasmine, graceful yet fierce, countered every attack with angles so sharp they stunned the crowd. Each point was a chapter. Each game felt like an emotional battle. Each player pushed the other to the edge. When Paolini won the final point, the stadium erupted, but Coco did not collapse in frustration. She stood still, hands on her hips, breathing heavily, staring at Paolini with something that looked like admiration or something deeper. They met at the net. Their handshake lingered. Their eyes didn't move away for a long quiet second. No microphone caught their words, but everyone knew something had passed between them, something unspoken. But the real shock came later. Backstage, silence, and the moment Paolini decides to act. The locker room after a loss is usually a place of solitude, a place to breathe through disappointment. Coco sat alone, head down, replaying the match in her mind. She wasn't angry at Paolini. She was angry at herself, frustrated, exhausted, overwhelmed by the weight of expectations pressing on her shoulders. What she didn't know was that Paolini, walking past the hallway, saw her sitting there. For a moment, Jasmine hesitated. She wasn't sure whether she should step in or walk away. But something inside her, a feeling she had carried for months, pushed her forward. She grabbed her phone, opened her notes app, typed something she had written a long time ago, but never dared to say. Then she hit send. Coco's phone lit up. One new message, Jasmine Paolini, with trembling fingers. Coco opened it, and there it was. You don't realize how deeply your strength inspires me, even on the days you feel weakest. 15 words. 15 honest, vulnerable, delicate words. The kind of message that could break someone open. Coco's reaction stunned. Silence. Coco read the message once. Then again, her breath caught in her throat. This wasn't a typical post-match sympathy message. This wasn't generic good match. This wasn't something sent out of pity or politeness. These 15 words came from somewhere deeper. Admiration, understanding, connection. Coco looked up to see Paolini standing in the doorway, expression soft but nervous, as though afraid of how Coco would take it. For a moment, neither spoke. The world would have given anything to hear what was about to be said. Coco swallowed. Her voice was barely audible, cracked, emotional, raw, but those 3 words would explode across the internet within hours. I needed this. 3 simple words, but they carried more weight than any trophy Coco had ever lifted. The world finds out and loses its mind. No, One knew who leaked the moment. No one knew who whispered the story to. Journalists. No one knew who posted the words on social media. But within hours, hashtag, I needed this hashtag Peony Golf moment. Number 15. Words. 3 words, all trended. Worldwide. Fans wrote thousands of comments. She saved her emotionally. This is deeper than tennis. I've never seen such raw vulnerability. This is why women's tennis is unmatched. Analysts debated the connection. Friendship, respect, something unspoken. Even former champions jumped in. She saw Coco's struggle before the world did. Paolini's message was from the heart. Coco's reply was the bravest thing. She said the world had questions, millions, and Penny's press conference didn't calm the storm. Paolini speaks and her words add fuel. Jasmine sat in front of reporters, eyes gentle, voice calm. I didn't send a message to shock anyone, she said. I sent it because Coco hides a lot behind her strength. The room leaned in. She inspires me, Paolini continued. Not because she wins, but because she never stops fighting. One journalist asked, why now? Why tonight? Jasmine paused. Because I saw her hurting and I couldn't stay silent anymore. The world melted. Coco's fans flooded Penny with admiration. Paolini's fans embraced Coco with support, but the biggest moment was still yet to come. Gauff responds and everyone feels the impact. Later that night, Coco faced the media. Everyone expected her to deflect, to stay formal, to hide her emotions the way she usually did. Instead, she stunned them all. I've been struggling, she said honestly, not with tennis, with pressure, with expectations, with everything people think I should be. Cameras clicked. Rapidly, Jasmine's message, she continued, hit me where I didn't know I needed to be hit. The room went silent. Then she added those 3 words. I said, I meant them with everything in me. Her honesty struck the world like lightning. Paolini, watching from another room, wiped away a tear. For the first time, the public saw the emotional battlefield beneath the athletic battlefield, the private moment that changed everything. That night after the media chaos, Coco found Paolini. Again, this time outside the player lounge. The world keeps talking and the bond grows stronger. In the following days, journalists try to pull the story apart. Commentators debated the meaning of both messages. Fans made edits, theories, emotional videos. But while the world obsessed over the drama, Paolini and Gauff grew closer, not just as competitors, not just as colleagues, but as human beings who understood each other's pain. They practiced together. They ate together. They protected each other from media pressure. What began with 15 words and 3 words turned into something bigger than viral headlines, a bond rooted in honesty, vulnerability, and rare emotional depth. The moment they finally address it together, 2 weeks later, during a charity event, a reporter boldly asked, are you two okay with all the fuss about those messages? Coco glanced at Jasmine. Jasmine smiled first. Then Coco answered, it's simple, she said, calmly. Sometimes the strongest people need someone to reach out. Jasmine nodded, and sometimes she added 3 words and heal more than a one ever could. The two exchanged a look, warm, deep knowing. The tennis world watched in silence because for the first time, the truth was clear. Those 15 words weren't random. Those 3 words weren't accidental. They were beginning of a story no one saw coming. A story the world would keep talking about for a long time. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.